Hey there everyone, and welcome to Bill's Retro Gaming Show. On today's video, we're going to be taking a look at one of the latest pinball tables from AtGames, Primal Carnage Retro. Alright everyone, as always, thank you so much for tuning in and checking out today's video. If this happens to be your first time on the channel, be sure to hit that subscription button, click the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I put up a new video, give this one a thumbs up, and leave a comment below if you want to be part of the conversation. So today I'm going to be giving a review of the latest release from AtGames, Primal Carnage Retro. Now, this is the second of their Primal Carnage tables for their AtGames line. This is available for both the 4K and the HP pinball machines. And this one is even more of a throwback than the first one. The first one there, Primal Carnage Solid State, was an 80s style pinball table, whereas this one goes back to the 1960s kind of style in being an electromechanical type of pinball machine. Now, what that's going to mean is a much simpler style of pinball game. You're not going to have some of the features that we saw on Solid State, such as the ability to go back and forth between playing against the dinosaurs or the humans and racking up scores in different ways. You're not going to see a DMD on this one, although there was no DMD on the Solid State one either, but that did have digital scorekeeping, whereas this has more of an analog scoring mechanism in it. Again, just a much simpler, straightforward pinball game. Now, some people like that, some people don't. Hopefully this video will help you decide if this is a table you'd like to have for your AtGames machine, again, whether it's your 4K one or your HD. But before I get too much further into this video, I do want to give a huge shout out and thank you to AtGames for providing this game to me for the purposes of review. As usual with AtGames, they did not ask me to say anything specific. They did not ask to review this video before it goes up. The views and opinions are my own, but I did have to say thank you to AtGames because they did provide this game to me so I could review it for you guys. So now let's check out some of the features of this pinball game and then show off a little gameplay. So showing off some of the features of the table before getting into a little bit of gameplay, you can see this is a much simpler looking table than the previous release. You've got a few flippers down on the bottom here. You get your two main here, two side ones here. You can see they are designed to have the look of wooden flippers, which would have been something that these electromechanical tables of the 40s, 50s, and 60s would have had for sure. You've got a series of bumpers up here. You've also got a bumper in the middle here, which is kind of a nice feature on this table because it really does keep the ball from draining down the middle when you've got such a wide lane right down the middle of the table. It's not to say that ball is not going to drain down the side, but it does actually help to keep the ball in play a little bit more when you're playing. You've got a spinner in the middle here with this little kind of housing that the ball can go through and underneath. You've got your shooter lane up here, which one of the pet peeves I had about the last game was the fact that with the shooter lane, you also had a ramp on the side here, and it looked like they kind of merged together. You really couldn't see the difference from one to the other. At least here, it's just a single shooter lane. It looks a lot cleaner, in my opinion. You've got some areas up here that the ball can go through once you shoot it, and you'll rack up different scores depending on which one is lit, which one it goes through. You've got a spinner on the side here, a bunch of targets on the side, and a little spot right here to capture the ball to rack up some more points when it's lit. Now, there is no multi-ball on this table. A lot of times, as far as I know, most of these electromechanicals didn't really have multi-ball. That wasn't introduced till much later in the life of pinball machines, for sure. But overall, like I said, if you like these old school style pinball tables, this is designed to be something that would have come out, say, like around the 1960s, then this might be something fun for you. If this kind of style doesn't appeal to you, then you're probably not going to enjoy this game. Overall, it is kind of fun, but I will say that I like the solid state one that came out before this a little bit better because I feel like there's more gameplay to it. Here you're just kind of keeping the ball in play, trying to hit the targets, trying to hit the bumpers, trying to rack up as high of a score as you can. Again, these old school games were not high scoring games like you see in more recent things. You're not getting into the millions with this. You're lucky if you can get into the tens of thousands playing a game like this. And another thing that I will say is I do feel like with this setup down here with the two flippers here, the bumper in the middle, if you're a fan of juggling, it's really not that hard to kind of juggle the ball back and forth from one flipper to the other to try to hit the shots that you want to hit. If you're somebody who's really good at that, I'm so-so. But if you're somebody who's really good at that, you'll find yourself being able to manipulate the ball back and forth from one side flippers to the other fairly easy on a table like this. But with that out of the way, I think that's really about it. There isn't much to a game like this. You're trying to hit the targets, you're trying to hit bumpers to just try to get the best score you can. There's no real storyline to a game like this. Now with that out of the way, let's take a look at the back glass real quick to just show you what that looks like, and then we'll get into some gameplay. So taking a quick look at the back glass, you can see there's nothing fancy going on here. Again, no DMD for a game of this style, not even any kind of digital scoring. Matter of fact, these electromechanical machines just had analog scoring. Basically, it was a roll of numbers behind the glass there, and as you scored, the roll would move to show, again, what your score is. You can see the picture on this one is really kind of hard to make out. I can kind of see a dinosaur in the background. It looks like there is a net being shot at it. The game says it is Primal Carnage specimen retrieval. I don't know why that makes me chuckle, but it does. Again, with this one, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the picture on the back glass. I think the red is just too much. I think it's really hard to make out what is being shown here, but there you go. That's a look at it. All right, so here we go. Let's play a little Primal Carnage Retro. And you got that bumper in the middle there, kind of keeps things in play for you. And really, like I said, you're just trying to hit the targets as much as you can to rack up your score. You can stop the ball, kind of capture it a little bit, move it over to the side. I always got to remember those upper flippers are there. But really, I'm not going to spend a lot of time showing off the gameplay here because there isn't much to show you. Oh. You can kind of juggle it, like I said, you can kind of juggle it back and forth from one side to the other if you want. You can hit the ones that are lit up there. You can get yourself a pretty decent score. And when that thing is lit, you get 500 points, which is nice. Oh, come on. Ah! And there it goes. Like I said, it will drain there if it hits just right, but it's also not that hard to try to keep it in play. A little bit more. And the ball moves around pretty well on this. No issues with the physics on a game like this at all. There's just not a lot to it, if I'm being honest. Oh, and I lost it again. Always hard to talk and play at the same time when I'm playing these. Ah! And there we go. There you go. That'll do it. But honestly, I don't think I need to show off much more gameplay than just that. I think you got the idea of what to do here. Just move the ball around, hit the targets, hit the bumpers, try to get the best score you can. There's really not much else to a game like this. So there you go, everyone. That's my look at Primal Carnage Retro for the AtGames 4K and HD pinball machines. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Again, this is available directly from the AtGames store, whether you purchase it online or if you're on a 4K machine, you can purchase it directly on the machine itself. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Is this one that you're going to be picking up for your machine, or is this one you think you're going to wind up skipping? That's going to do it for now. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, please go ahead, leave me a like, leave me a thumbs up, leave me some comments below. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and do that as well. And if you want to support the channel even further, you could consider getting a membership. So for now, I will see you guys on the next one. Take care and happy gaming.